fighting for the same things. We want everybody to understand and know that we all want to be here, and we will, and we're going to try our best to stop Asian hate, and you have my word on that.
Well, I mean, we're actually here for Black and Asian solidarity. So we just want to make sure that everybody is on the exact same page. And all that comes from love and unity.
I am completely enraged by what has happened throughout the past year among the Asian community. We have been targeted after certain words were called about our race, and all these acts of violence, aren't tolerated anymore.
I feel there's more good in the world than bad. I feel there's more positive than negative, and I think as long as people focus on the positive, it will overwhelm the negative.
I feel love. I feel love that people showed up. I feel love that this is getting together and we're getting the ball rolling.
I feel hopeful. I feel like everyone has come out and they're going to keep the conversation going, and it's important that we out here together as one, Black and Asian solidarity.
So we can move forward together because we have shared struggles.
There has always been less outrage against discrimination against Asians. There is a paradoxical effect of the model minority myth in that people don't care as much, and we have been taught culturally to speak up less, and so there is less outrage at what's been happening. So it did take something like this to bring a little bit more attention.
America in Chinese actually literally translates to beautiful country. And now seeing that our homes are being torn apart with these acts of violence, these acts of hate, racism, it's scary.
I mean, it's hurtful because a lot of people don't understand that this is the kind of things that have been happening for so long, and then only when it's like highlighted through the media, then people start to care.
The culture in America, until recently, for Asian Americans, has been kind of one where we've always been in the backseat, right? Like, we're always seen as the perpetual foreigner. We're starting to see a shift in culture where we're finally getting a chance to be seen as Americans.
The feeling was a disturbed feeling, just because of the way it went down. And then the result of the official statements is even more infuriating.
I have no clue why it takes a tragedy to galvanize a movement or people to come together, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. This has been going on and known in the Chinese community, but it takes a mainstream network to cover something, and then it is amplified.
We don't want our children going through the exact same thing that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? And what the Asian community is feeling right now is everything that we've been feeling for the longest, and they have been feeling it as well. They just haven't been getting as much media, just like indigenous people.
Lives do matter. Unfortunately, in this country, dead lives matter more for some strange-ass reason. And it took some dead lives this time to actually shine more light on an issue that was under the covers for very long.
I think the biggest issue for me is that racism against Asians has become socially acceptable. There should be more outrage, and to call the murders targeted against Asian-owned businesses, against Asian women, as to call it a hate crime, to call it what it is.
What does justice look like to you?
Justice looks like empathy. Justice looks like us caring for each other. Justice looks like for us to understand each other. That's what I think justice is.
It's not about a political thing, and it's not about the laws. It's not about being a criminal. That's not about justice. To me, justice is totally about taking the correct consequences to the actions of an individual.
To me, justice looks like balance and equality, where people are accepted for who they are.
Tell me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
People have to step up and speak out, because if we don't, then there's not going to be anyone there to support us when something's happening to us.
To become better allies in communities, I think the effort to understand and listen to each other.
Us, people, we're going to help each other. Only way to do that, spreading love. Spread more love, spread more awareness. We're not out here to hate, we're not out here to fight. We're here to spread the awareness and let people know we are together. Sounds easy enough, right?
People think that Chinese people are carrying the coronavirus, and that's clearly not the case. And a lot of small businesses are hurt and shut down. So I think to bring foot traffic back to this wonderful place that, that has a whole bunch of food, culture, a whole bunch of people who are willing to come out for their community.
Overall, we're just tired of being overlooked. We're your neighbors, we're your friends, and at the end of the day, we're Americans just like you.
Say something, because silence is complicity, and to the people you're standing up for, it matters so much to them that you're showing your love and your support.
I think there's a big component to just trying to educate yourself and learn more about what's happening in the history as well, in addition to just doing what you can to support. But I think the educational piece is a big one.
And there's actually two really good organizations that are doing grassroots campaigning for these local businesses affected by the coronavirus. Welcome to Chinatown and Send Chinatown Love. They've been organizing both donations as well as direct support to all these businesses, and they could really use your help. So if anyone would like to kind of volunteer your time or money to help them out, look up these two organizations because they're doing really great work.
You love this country, feel this is your job. And as a media guys, you people, please feel your responsibility. Otherwise, this money cannot save this thing.
So what we're trying to share with people is like, don't just get caught up in the moment. This is a movement by the people for the people. Don't allow it to get hijacked. This is a moment for us, yes, but it's also a lifelong journey.
We are in this all together. And as long as we get together and stay together, they got no power. I'm not gonna speak who they is because I don't want to give them power. But we know, we feel it, we all do. Let's do this, people. Power.